Hello there, and we are live. See ya, ladies and gentlemen. See you guys, yeah. Everyone down there watching us right now. See, I keep giving you back to back new shows every period, every time. It's because of you fans, yeah. You guys keep it alive, yeah. And part of new shows I'll be having this season, yeah. I had one yesterday. I launched a new show yesterday, The Two Henchmen. That was with my very, very good brother, Matt Odom, the Southern Gunner. And today, yeah, I have the next new show going into the new season, guys, yeah, to keep you guys captivated. And this is a big one because this guy, yeah, we're talking about, yeah, of course, is our in-house Manchester City fan, yeah, loud mouth when it comes to Manchester City. Me and this guy, we have lots of legendary arguments, yeah, on lots of shows. But see, this is our new show together. Guys, it's my pleasure, yeah, my very very big pleasure because this guy has contributed so much to my channel, yeah, because he has been and you guys, you know how it's very hard to actually get in-house Manchester City fans. Yeah, they're not loud-mouthed. They're always so they carry themselves with some kind of glory that I don't really understand. But it's very difficult to get an in-house Manchester City fan to really get to talk football on a consistent basis. So I have this guy, who has been here, and it has been such a big blessing to have this guy on most of my shows. See, it's no other person I'm welcoming today on our show together, the best of Frienemies Premier League call-in show, guys. It's no other person than Onome Soj. And you can see his name down there, Treble Winners, guys. It's rubbing it all over our face, guys. Big up to you, my brother, Onome.
No, you know what it is. Yeah. Thank you for having me, man. Yeah, man. Everybody knows me here. You don't know me here. I mean, the name you mentioned, Treble Winners, that's not actually just a rubbing. That's actually my name on Deedpool now. I went to change my name, so my first name is Treble. My last name is Winners now. So yeah, that's what it is.
Rubbing it. See, guys, this is the problem I have with Manchester City fans. See, but you know what? Yeah, on a Messi. Let's see, guys. Yeah, today it's a call-in show. Yeah, because I don't have a call-in show here on this channel, so this happens to be the first call-in show. And of course, this is kind of like Arsenal versus Man City, but still, we talk about anything football. So, of course, you're welcome to have a chat with us. Call into the show. I'll put the link down there so that we can have a chat once in a while. Then you go off for the next person to come in. So that's how we're going to be doing it. Onome, you're welcome to the show, bro.
Thank you, man.
I'll give you the license to start the show, man. Talk.
I mean, listen, the season is upon us. Pre-season is going on right now. To be honest, I've not really been following the pre-season games, to be honest. Obviously I follow Man City's one, but no other. And
Andrew Bell, big ups, the assembled, big ups. Andrew Bell, that's our guy. Andrew Bell in the house, my guy. The assembled, big ups to you, man.
The assembled. I want you to call in, man. The assembled, call in and come and.
The assembled, call in. Andrew Bell, call in.
I want to hear from you.
The assembled says, yeah, evening Onome. Yeah, it says evening Onome and Tony. What's the Arsenal top about? He's talking to you, Onome. You're wearing red.
No, this is a red top. Oh, you know what, Tony? You've got the red. You've got the badge.
He's an undercover agent. He loves Arsenal.
Listen. You got the. Listen.
Don't make me change it. You want to change.
Don't make me do this show topless, Don't make me do this show topless. I will do it topless. You've got the badge. Tony, what it is you've got the badge next to my name. So you got the badge in front. Look, the badge is there. It's just a top. It's a Primark top. Primark. Look, Primark top.
Man hates Arsenal so much.
It's a Primark top.
He's showing the viewers the designer of.
Bro, you don't see the Primark? I'll show you Primark.
You can't make this up.
It's Primark.
Yeah, on a Messi. I know you're not one of those that really hates Arsenal. Yeah, I know you don't hate Arsenal. But come, man, see, man, the hate on Arsenal, yeah, by rival fans, bro, it's tremendous, man. Like
You know what it is, Tony. I
you
mentioned.
getting, yeah, from rival fans about our football club, about I don't know about everything, yeah. We can't have a signing at Arsenal and just jump up for joy. Like, why can't we be happy that we've gotten signings? I've been at this football club, yeah, where Arsene Wenger used to argue about getting in signings. He used to argue for paying even up to 10 million. Can you believe it? Just as early as maybe probably like, let's say, 12, 13 years ago, Arsene Wenger used to argue about why we should be splashing 8 million for a player or even 10 million for a player. And then Arsenal losing the purse strings, yeah, and are bringing in players what 105 million pounds, 65 million pounds. Why, as an Arsenal fan, yeah, give me that reason why I shouldn't be happy. Yeah, I'm not talking of our on pitch performances. That's a clearly different trajectory. On a man, I'm talking about bringing in signings because I come from a club that have very very tight purse strings. They hold on to the money. They hoard the money. So in this past few seasons, I've seen Stan Kroenke put his money where his mouth is, put in money into the football club. In less than four seasons, this guy has backed Mikel Arteta. He's the most backed coach in the league. Yeah, he's backed this guy with up to about 700 million pounds on him. Shouldn't Arsenal be happy that at least the spending is going on?
Yeah, you know what it is, right? Football has obviously gone crazy. Do you know what I mean? The money in football right now has gone crazy. I mean, City is selling youth team players for what used to be really good money for the likes of, Gundogan was bought for 20 grand, for 20 million, by the way. Do
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
come to think about it, that's true.
Gundogan was bought for 20 million, by the way. De Bruyne was bought for what? 50 million? Kyle Walker, do you know what I mean? So City is now selling youth team players. How crazy is this? The craziness of this is this. This is how crazy it is. I saw in the papers the other day that Cole Palmer, somebody said, oh, they should get Cole Palmer. If Brighton want Cole Palmer, they have to pay 50 million for it. I dropped my food. I was like, you said what now? I've always said, Antonio, I've told you this from time. I said to you, Cole Palmer is not developing at the rate he should develop. He is now 22 and still giving us the big pats, whatever he's giving us. You got 22-year-olds in the squad, in the likes of Foden, Alvarez, Haaland, that are 22. Do you know what I mean? He's not developing. And now you're telling me he's 50 million? That is where football has gone now. Do you know what I mean? So 65 million, 70 million, even these days, 65 million is cheap for players now. You got to go to the 80s now. When football lost his rag was when Neymar went for that 200 million. You know what I mean? Then Coutinho went for 125 million. Then Mbappe and stuff like that. When the money now hits those barriers, it was
those
like,
barriers,
it's turning to monopoly money now. It's going crazy now. Now Saudi Arabia has come in now, and now you're seeing wages going to the top now. So with these wages that Saudi Arabia is taking these wages to the top now, what's going to be happening in the Premier League now? It's like, well, you're going to need to be offering players like a 300 grand for them to think is worth their while. Because if you're offering a normal 150 grand, which is used to be a good amount of money, people are like, I can get 500 grand in Saudi Arabia. Do you know what I mean? All the stars go there right now. There's only one thing that Saudi Arabia needs to do, and they'll take over the everything, right? If they lift, I'm speaking on just basic fact because I know what the other countries are like when it comes to the cap of homegrown players and foreign players. Some countries only have 3 foreign players or 4 foreign players or whatever. If they lift it and say we can have whatever we want, and they got that kind of money, they'll take over the team. Do you know what I mean? So it's
But
money is just gone
but see,
crazy
yeah,
right now.
see, Onome, you just raised a very big point. You raised a very big point because I also want to ask you to about this thing. And of course, those in the charts, yeah, Big Kayan is in the house. Oregon Guna, po. That's my guy, Oregon Guna. Amy Baba is in the house. See, yeah, my guy. See, top Gunners are in the house, guys. See. Oregon Guna, po. Kayan is in the house, po. See,
This your
guys, yeah,
gunshots. You need to tell me your body's gone from that. He's going pull, pull,
my
pull.
my brother Amy Baba is in the house. Hey, po. See, Onome, there's this very serious issue I want to talk to you about. Yeah, it's about players, yeah, it's about money in football because of course we're still within that territory before we get into the main issues, yeah. Why is it that many of these players, yeah, they are no more thinking of like attractive places to go when you're looking for the big cash, yeah, the big money? It used to be places like MLS. It used to be places like, let's say, PSG. If you want to remain within that European and confines, and you want to make money, you go to PSG. You go to the MLS. In some cases, you come to Chelsea Football Club to get money. But now it's changed. The game has turned on its head. Right now, you have to go to Saudi Arabia to make big money. Many players from Europe don't used to go to Saudi Arabia and these big Asian countries. Yeah, it wasn't usually the in thing. It used to be the MLS. Yeah, they paid decent money, but right now, this guys in Asia, yeah, they've changed the whole game. They've pumped money into their football. They can afford to pay players whatever they desire in terms of the monetary gains that these players will get. Yeah, but again, Saudi Arabia and all this and some of all these Asian countries, yeah, they come with lots of human rights violations. People might say, it doesn't concern us, but it's a big concern when you are a player. You have some certain standards that you have put yourself in, and you go down there and make mockery of what you stand for just because of the money. I'll give you an example. Jordan Henderson has always fought for human rights issues and stuff like that. Right now, in Saudi Arabia, for the big bucks, everything about standards, everything about his ideas, his perception has totally changed. He's going for the money. Money in football right now, is it totally changing everything radically? Are you afraid for football right now? And I want to see those of you, your ideas in the chat, yeah? And guys, it's a call-in show, so you can call into the show anytime you like. Onome,
Not
you
afraid,
take it up
not
from
afraid,
there.
not afraid for football. What people need to realize as well is this, right? Football is a very short career, right? And football is a tunnel,
Hmm.
right? I've played football, right, all my life. I played football all my life, and I remember when I first stopped, or when I wanted to, stop, and I came out of that tunnel, and I realized that, oh my God, there is life outside this tunnel.
Hmm.
Footballers are not in. A lot of them are not in, especially the Premier League ones. They're not in reality or in touch with real life. Imagine a life where a professional footballer, for example, when I used to play, for example, I would go to training, get to training about say 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
When pre-season is done, so we do the one session only. I'll get to train
Yeah.
about 9, 10 o'clock. We'll finish at 12. From 12 o'clock, I'm back home, chilling. 1 o'clock, 2 maximum. I'm back home chilling. Just relaxing at home, doing whatever I want to do, and only to go in the next day. So you go training Monday, Tuesday, you get a day off on a Wednesday, you go training Thursday, Friday, you play a game on a Saturday, rest day on a Sunday, and that's your whole week. That's you continuous. So there is this tunnel that you're in that you don't actually realize there's life outside. What's happening now is it's now more known. There's more awareness for footballers that it's a short career. Before, it used to be like footballers didn't used to realize that this is a short career. That's why a lot of the times back, the footballers that retired before, a lot of them, went bankrupt, lost money and stuff like that because they didn't realize when it's time to retire, and when they do retire, they then realize that a lot of them still try to keep up that lifestyle, right? So when they try to keep up that lifestyle, they need the money to keep up that lifestyle. But guess what? Your bank ain't receiving 300,000 a week anymore. But guess what? You're an attractive guy to these credit cards and these people and stuff. So right now, a lot of footballers have realized that, and they go, you know what? I want to get as much money as possible because I don't have a clue what I'm going to be doing outside football when football is done. Yeah. So I don't blame them for wanting the money in terms of the human rights stuff and that. I can't speak on that. Do you know what I mean? But I don't blame them for wanting the money because guess what? They are looking after number one, and not just number one. They're looking after number one and the generations to follow number one. They're creating a legacy because when they finish football, because think about it this way, you retire at 35, 36 if you're lucky at the top level, right? But guess what? You still have the best part of your life to live. So you still have from 35 up until the average life of 75, 80, 85, 90. So you're going to live longer years. 90. You're going to live longer years than what you did in terms of football. So guess what? What's going to happen in that time? Do you know what I mean? Are you going to be able to afford life and mortgage and all that stuff and people relying on you and all that kind of lifestyle? That's why a lot of them go crazy. So guess what? They want to now make sure that, you know what? Financially, I'm secured. I don't have to worry about finances. If I don't want to do nothing for the rest of my life, I ain't going to do nothing.
So, Onome, so what you're now saying now, in other words, there's no loyalty in football again.
There's never been loyalty.
I grew up at the time.
There's never been loyalty.
Onome, I grew up at a time where there was loyalty, at least a form of loyalty to the football club you're playing for. Yeah, you feel happy for playing, on that jersey. You're playing with that jersey. You hold it with pride. You're happy. You feel part and parcel of that club. You feel the club is you. Yeah. But later on, I just started, growing into a changing dynamic, seeing our heroes leave the football club, seeing them dropping all form of loyalty and going to seek for glory elsewhere. One of the biggest heroes of mine, was Thierry Henry. Yeah, true and true, pure Arsenal guy. Yeah, grew up. This guy banging in goals for Arsenal and everything. And at the end of the day, leaving the football club for FC Barcelona, maybe not for money, but at least to go seek for the greater, the bigger trophies out there. And this thing, it rubs me off the wrong way. So are you now telling me that there's no more loyalty? Should we not look at teams as teams that should have loyalty? Should loyalty be something that we should say, let's just write it off? It's all about the money right now. No more football, no more loyalty. It's all about the money.
I'll address that. Can I just ask the question and say, what team do you support? I support Man City. You should be able to tell from my name, treble winners, right? Right. When it comes to loyalty, right, in football, the thing you have is this. How can there be loyalty when a manager, right, does everything he can to get you to a cup final and you sack him before the cup final? What loyalty are you talking about? There's never been loyalty in football. Do you know what I mean? So when you talk about football, you talk about loyalty happens in different ways. There's never been loyalty in football. You have to look after number one. Because guess what? You break a leg tomorrow, the club can only take you thus far to say, you know what? At some point, they're going to be like, you know what? Let me tell you something, right? I'll give you an example. Right?
But all these players and the Cole, Dwight York, all these guys were all loyal to the end. They were very loyal. You could call to question this one club kind of people. You can't find them much, in the league. But at least you can find a chunk of players who dedicated themselves to a football club. At least their peak, to a certain football club. You could feel the loyalty. But to be very sincere with you, I feel that there's some players in my football club right now if you give them the kind of money they're giving in Saudi Arabia, they would jump ship right now. Like right now, they won't even think about anything. They would leave the football club. There's no loyalty.
You know what it is? It depends on the status of the player as well, right? It depends on the status of the player as well. You cannot tell me that what's his name, striker for West Ham, for example, right? You cannot tell me that he's earned, Mikel Antonio, for example. I heard, he's talking about he wanted to go to Saudi Arabia. You cannot tell me that he's earned.
Exactly.
He's 33. You cannot tell me that he's earned enough where he can't go and get a little extra packet before he retires. Do you know what I mean? So when you talk about loyalty, right? Let's do something, Tony. You do
Well,
realize
again,
that
is it
football-
greed? These guys are already rich.
Let me finish. Let me finish.
Is it greed? Because they're already rich. They already have the money.
Let me break it down.
But they already have the money. Is it
Let me
greed?
break it down for you. Let me break it down for you. Football does not exist only in the Premier League. There is a pyramid in football, right? Where you go from the Premier League, you're coming down the leagues, right? Everybody is expected to act and behave professionally. We are all expected to dedicate our time and everything to football. So pre-season that started now, you have the conference players who are full-time. There are players in the conference right now who are earning £300 a week, £400 a week at full-time football, still doing the same amount of running that everybody else is doing, the same amount of fitness and everything. So guess what? Football does not rise and set in the Premier League only. If you come down the leagues, the wages of football rapidly goes down really quickly. By the time you get to League One, by the time you get to League Two, these players are earning absolutely fuck all, right? So they are playing for the pride and the fun and the everything, right? So you cannot tell me that such players are going to now finish football and be fine and continue their life all the way through to the end. You saw what happened when COVID happened. Clubs were folding when COVID happened. Do you mean players were not paid? Players were struggling down the leagues. Premier League had to be donating money. So it is a pyramid. It is a pyramid. So when you come out from the Premier League, even in the Premier League, for example, the wages of the Premier League, when you got the top earners and stuff like that, when you go down the leagues and you go down the table of your players, trust me, there are players in the Premier League who are earning £10,000 a week, who are earning £5,000 a week, and still turning up to play the same amount of game and still receiving the same amount of criticism who the 350,000 players are getting. So when such players get an opportunity to say, I can earn such an amount of money, boy, you're going to get that money.
You're going to get that money, right?
You're going to get that money. Do you understand? You're going to get that money. Because at the end of the day, it's a business. You talk to the football owners of football clubs, right? They are running a business. They are running a shrewd business. They do nothing but think about business. They're trying to get the money. They're trying to profit and stuff. Don't.
I know, but was it always like that? Yeah, people like Robbie Fowler. See, all these guys, yeah, all this type of players, yeah, that gave their lives to the club. They're in poor now. Yeah, they're not poor now, but you still feel that loyalty they had to the football club. When they come to watch matches, David Beckham, of course, he played in Real Madrid, but he also gave his playing time to Manchester United. When they come to the club, you have that feeling, you have that connection that this was club legend. But right now, you can't just throw away that name called club legend. It doesn't work in that way right now because most of them have left because of money. You can hardly name 10 players within the last 5 years that you can call legend.
What about you?
Because they all left for money. Most of them left for money.
Apart from money, you talk about loyalty. What about club managers? You're not going to get the likes of Ferguson of 15, 20 years in the club no more. Club owners are not loyal to the managers as well. Even Silva, Silva that is at Fulham right now. Do you remember Silva's situation when it was at Watford? And was it Watford? Watford wouldn't let him go when the Premier or another club wanted him. The next season, Watford sacked him. But it was her cake the last
no
season.
Loyalty.
There's no loyalty. So forget loyalty. Let's not talk about loyalty. It is what it is. Jordan Henderson is 33. Yeah. He's seen that Liverpool need to rebuild that team. Liverpool need to rebuild that squad. He's taking the club as far as he can take it. The guy's won the Premier League for Liverpool. No other Liverpool captain was able to do that. He's won the Champions League. He's won a couple of trophies. He's seen that, you know what, I'm 33. And don't forget as well, it's Steven Gerrard that is actually luring him to Saudi Arabia. It's not.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
luring him to
He's going there.
come
He's
there.
going there to
Yeah.
play. He's going there to play with his mates. To go and play with his mates, to enjoy a couple of years, and then they can come back together. They can hold hands and jump on the plane and come back to England, right? But how dare anybody talk about Steven Gerrard going over there, bro? Is there any other club that's going to employ him right now? So what's he supposed to do? Sit around in his legend name and say, "Oh yeah, I'm a legend." What? What are you talking about? It needs to work. It needs to be back.
So you mean we're not?
Get it?
Okay. So you mean we should not think about human rights record, the human right record of all these Far East countries, Saudi Arabia, all these places, yeah, chopping off human heads and stuff like that. So we shouldn't talk about that, right?
I'm not going to comment on that. To be honest, I'm not going to comment on that. I'm not going to comment on that because I just feel like, you know, whatever you're trying to comment on that, you're in a lose-lose situation, and I don't want to say something that is going to come and implicate or whatever at some point. So I just don't want to comment on that. I just want to see purely football and purely the reason why.
I like this. I like this because I like this because these are surrounding issues, yeah, within the confines of football that we should also have a broader knowledge about. It's just like talking about racism.
Yeah.
The Premier League have spent lots of money to try and stamp out racism out of football.
It's still not stamped out.
A big fight. That fight is still continuing, and we still keep seeing lots of racist abuses of people of color. Yeah,
yep.
in football stadiums. Yeah, it happens. Look at Vinicius Jr. This century, how he's facing at Real Madrid. Yeah, so. If we can attach a poor human rights record to Saudi Arabia, yeah, why can't we also say that, you know, certain countries in Europe that are, you know, that are fighting racism, we shouldn't talk about it.
Look,
that's the same thing. Don't talk about it. Don't say anything about it, and it doesn't help it. So if you're talking about human rights record and football and say we shouldn't talk about that, but you as a black person, you understand that, you know, you have a problem with racism in football in Europe, and you're saying, okay, let's not talk about it. Then what is football?
I'm not saying let's not talk about it. I personally don't want to go into politics. I don't want to be a Zinchenko. I don't want to start going into politics.
No. So is racism in football? Is racism in football? No, is racism in football a political topic? Isn't it supposed to be a basic human right?
Tony, racism in football, right? It's not. It's getting handled.
Like you should fight something like that. You should fight for equality.
It's not getting handled. It's there, and it's gonna be there for a long time, right? You know, but for me, just talking about, because I feel like there's two things, right? I feel like there is a bit of I don't know if the word is jealousy, but I feel like people are hiding under the human rights situation to criticize people from going over there to get money, right? People are hiding under that, right? There was a time, once upon a time, where English players or English managers never left England to go and play abroad. You know what I mean? It was rare. It was very rare, right? But right now, a lot of English players, a lot of managers and stuff, they're going abroad. They're widening their you know, their thoughts and whatever. You know, they're going abroad to manage abroad, to play abroad. There was a time when it was just Steve McManaman and just a few people and stuff that went abroad to play, and nobody else wanted to go abroad. Right now, you've got younger players going to Dortmund to play and start their career over there and stuff. Like Jude Bellingham, for example, when Jadon Sancho went over there and stuff. They're not afraid to do that anymore, right? So it is. I just feel like there's a lot of, in the media right now, there's a lot of people, instead of, I don't know, not praising what they're doing in Saudi Arabia, but they kind of using that as like, well, look at that. How can you go there, Steven Gerrard? How can you go to Henderson? Well, you was fighting for. For me, it's like, that's a bit harsh. That's a bit harsh because what is Steven Gerrard
No,
supposed
no.
to do?
Do you know why it is harsh? Because you cannot say you're fighting for equality. You can't say you're in the big fight, yeah, for human equality, yeah, and stamping out racism, yeah, slave labor in the world, and you're out there supporting the same system that enslaves people, supporting the same system that supports racism, supporting the same system
So
that human rights violations
when you say supporting,
are on the increase and getting their money, and that's the same. That's the same problem. Why a club, the Saudi Arabian conglomerates coming to buy Manchester United? There were initial, clamors that hey, the human rights problems in Saudi Arabia came into the fray. Why should they be coming to be buying Manchester United when you have poor records of human rights treatment in your country? So it's a big thing in football and everything. See, all these things is interconnected. Me and you will spend till 3, 4, 5 days before we can get through all these things.
It's a matter for another day. We should probably consult Zinchenko. He probably break it all down for us. Shade.
See, big ups to Arsenal. Punk is in the house. Kyan is in the house. Long-haired Yeti is in the house, guys. See, the assembled is still with us. See, yeah, this is a call-in show. So, guys, anyone who is free, you can call in and talk about football with us. And then you allow another person to come in. So the show link is down there, so you can come on and talk about football with me and our in-house Man City guy on SOJ. See, Kyan says here, I get wanting to make as much money as possible. Them man are getting taxed 40. Wait, so footballers are being taxed like 40 to 50%? I thought it was like maybe 30% or 20.
50%, man. 50%. Half the money
that's
gone.
Huge, man. That's probably
gone.
half of the money, man.
It is half the money. So when you talk about when you talk about oh yeah, this player is getting 300,000, he's getting 150,000, bro.
Yeah, that's half the money.
When you talk about players are getting 50,000 a week, they're getting 25,000, bro. And it hurts. It burns them. It burns them to know that this is the.
It burns them because that's big money, man.
That's why you see players wanting to negotiate ridiculous amounts of money, because when that tax hits, this is what they want to keep. So they say, I want 200,000 for myself. So whatever you got to do to give me my 200,000, do that. So that's why you hear players say, oh, he's on 400,000. Well, he's not really on 400,000. He's on 200,000, which he is happy with.
That's true. Let's go into football proper, yeah. Let's go into football proper. See, Manchester City, yeah. In as much as I would love to think that Manchester City, in a way, it's a little bit weakened, yeah. Personally, that's what I felt, and that's what I still think in a way, yeah. Because when you lose a player, a charismatic player, yeah, like Gondo to the likes of FC Barcelona, and you've already lost Riyad Mahrez to this same Saudi Arabian thing we're talking about, yeah, for about 35 million euros or 35 million. I think 35 million euros. I think that's the price. Yeah.
I'm not being rude.
These are not just small players, yeah. These are big stars for your football club. They all contributed. Mahrez might have not been, more of a big time starter, yeah. But whenever he was being called upon from the bench, yeah, he always gave 100%. Yeah, that's just how it is, and that's Man City. They have quality all through. Yeah. So when you have that, yeah. When you have that, yeah, and Mahrez is out, Gondo is out. I've been hearing that Bernardo Silva, it's been muted that he would leave the football club, but yet I heard that he also still wants to stay back. That's another thing. So, but again, you've lost two players, yeah. with more
can I break it down, because this is the topic that's been going
I
on.
know. With more, but with more still scheduled to leave. With Cancelo might still leave the football club. See, we're talking of 2 to 3 stalwarts in your team. Whether we like it or not, these are big players for your football team. I feel it will weaken it a little bit. And I've not really seen replacements to come in to really like, okay, for us to say, hey, this is the like for like replacement you've gotten for these players that have left. I've not seen it yet. Does it weaken your side? I want to know. Do you think that the likes of Arsenal can come in and capitalize on things like that? I want to know. And long-haired Yeti is down here with us. Our first call in guy is down here, and I've always wanted Yeti, long-haired Yeti.
What's
Get
happening?
in there, my guy. Welcome to this. Welcome to the show, my brother. How are you doing, man?
I'm all good, mate. Just like chilling and watching what Forest are going to do with like Alanga and Ola Aina. You know, look like really good players. So see how that goes. What I want to know is, what do you think about Arsenal on Saturday?
Yeah, we'll get into that, and thank God you're here too, because Onome was just about to answer a question about Manchester City. They've lost Gondo, they've lost Mahrez. Does this affect their team? And after Onome, Yeti, you have to come in and answer that question also before.
No worries.
So Onome, please take us off with that.
Yeah, so the whole thing about City are weaker and stuff like that I keep hearing, right? It's just people trying to console themselves and making themselves feel better. You know what I mean? So they can sleep well at night. Because I'll give you this lineup right now, right? In our lineup, right, you still have, right, Vardy is going to come in. We know he's going to come in. So you've got in the back four, you got Edison in goal. You got the back four of John Stones right back or Akanji. You still got Diaz, Vardio, or Ake, or Vardio or Ake on the left back position, right? So you still got those huge defenders still there, right? Then you go into midfield. You got Rodri still. You got KDB still. Phil Foden last season, everybody noticed that Pep started trusting him and playing him in midfield more. The biggest trust that he gave to Phil Foden was to bring him on in the Champions League final in that position, right? As a central midfielder number 10, because he could have done what he normally does, which is to put Bernardo there and put Phil Foden wide. But he's trusting Phil Foden now, and he's always said Phil Foden is going to eventually develop into that position. We already know Phil Foden has got goals in him. So when you talk about Gundogan missing from that position, which is that left side that Gundogan plays, is it really? I'll ask you a question now. Is it really a drop off if Phil Foden is taking over that role from Gundogan? No, it's not. Because Phil Foden is scoring you 10 to 15 to 20 goals a season anyway. So it's not really a drop-off if Phil Foden is taking that position, right? We've signed Kovacic as well, right? So even if you say, okay, Kovacic takes that position and Phil Foden goes out wide, whichever way, it's not a drop-off. Bernardo, I'm hearing, is not leaving. And the reason why Bernardo is not leaving, the reason I think Bernardo is not leaving, is because I talked to you about this, Tony, yesterday when we were talking on the phone. There is only 3 attractive clubs in Europe right now. There's only 3. PSG is falling off. There's only 3 attractive clubs. Barcelona, Real Madrid is always going to be attractive, no matter what age, Stone Age, back in the past, up in the future. Barcelona and Real Madrid are always going to be attractive, right? Then the next attractive club is Manchester City, with the trophies you're winning. So you know that when you come to Manchester City, right, you're going to win a minimum of 2 trophies in a season. I don't know which 2.
In a season, of course.
You're gonna win at least 2 trophies in a season, right? So those are the attractive clubs. So Bernardo's probably looked at it and gone, "Am I going to PSG? No, not attractive anymore. Does Real Madrid want me? No, Real Madrid is not coming for him. They don't want him. Barcelona obviously can't afford him. Do you know what I mean? So he's thought about that and he gone, you know what? I might as well chill. Right, that's probably why. Now he's gonna command a new contract, which they're gonna have to give him, put him on the 300,000 a week, which he deserves. So when I named that starting lineup as that back, the midfield and the back 5, then you got up front, you got Haaland the freak, you got Jack Grealish who's coming to his own in left side, right, and obviously like I said, Phil Foden or Bernardo still staying. You tell me how that team is weaker.
Mm.
Mahrez that you mentioned, right? Mahrez has never been the main guy. Mahrez has always been, and I'm not trying to disrespect him. Don't get me wrong. I'm just going by facts. I've got the statistics in front of me, right? Since Mahrez signed for City, his first season he started 14 games. Next season 21, 23, 15, and 22. He's never that guy that starts 30 games plus for us anyway in the league. Do you know what I mean? But the reason why these things don't get noticed or these things don't get people don't understand these things or don't see these things is because City plays so many games. We play over 60 games that you see Mahrez playing a lot all the time. There's never a dull moment.
Yeah.
Alvarez is always playing. There's never a dull moment. Alvarez is always playing. So you never really realize how many games Alvarez played or started or didn't start or whatever. Alvarez played 49 games last season. So he's happy. He's scoring goals. He scored 17 goals last season, right? More than Gabriel Jesus.
And of course, when you win in the Champions League, of course, when you win in the Champions League, you'll be happy.
When I name that team, Tony, you tell me where the weakness is in that team. Where's the weakness? How's that team gone weak?
Okay, let's see if long-haired Yeti has the answers to that, because you've just given us yours. Ellie Dawes, guys, Ellie Dawes football TV is in the house,
100%, 100%.
And his channel is just growing, guys, is new into the space too, also, and he's a very, very great guy. He has good analysis, I don't know why, most people don't like to support, budding channels, growing channels, Please go down there and give Ellie Dawes football TV a support. Give him a like.
100% awesome streamer.
Support that guy. That's why we're all here. They assembled. Please go to Ellie Dawes Football TV and go support him. Click on it. Support him. Everyone, Amy Baba, go there. Support Ellie Dawes Football TV. Great guy, great character, great human being. Long-haired Yeti. I call him Yeti because he's my guy. This guy, I know he doesn't agree with everything I say, but I know he got love for me. It's this kind of guy that will just come 100%. Around and just say, hey, Tony, how you doing, man? I would invite you to my show, but I won't allow you to speak. I love this guy to the core.
No, I would never do.
You're welcome to the show. You're welcome.
I would never do that. You're always going to be able to. You're always going to be able to speak. You'll always be able to speak with me anyway. As in for Man City getting weaker, I think you're all living in an Arsenal signed Rice wonderland. To be quite honest with you, because they're getting weaker. There's no way on this planet they're going to sign the players that they need to sign, and they're going to keep kicking arse like they keep kicking arse. There's absolutely no doubt about that. I mean, the only team that they can't kick arse on is us when the players at the City ground, and we get like a 1-1, which is kind of weird, and I still don't understand that. I still don't understand it to this day. You watch them highlights, mate. There should be some Twilight Zone music behind it. Because how the hell you did not score, I have no idea. I was sat there like, oh my God, it's going on.
And you just knew you were going to equalise. You knew.
Yeah. And it was Chris Woods. He can't hit a barn door. And it was an amazing goal as well. It should have been looked in as in one of the goals, not maybe of the season, but maybe a goal of the month, because it was like 20-odd passes and you never touched us. And then we scored at the end of it.
I prefer the Awaniyi goal against Arsenal that clinched us the title.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, mate, we did it for you. I mean, at the end of the day, when we got that game, when we absolutely owned Arsenal, and Arsenal was like just sat outside of our midfield. I think it was on the beach already, and like playing golf and stuff like that. Because as soon as we got that, you got the title. We felt like we got the title.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question though, about Forest, because Forest is. I love the atmosphere there. It's the atmosphere is.
Oh, it's amazing.
And Premier League needs atmospheres like that. Do you know what I mean? That, the Fulham atmosphere. I've never liked Fulham in the Premier League because I just feel like the atmosphere is there. The stadium is a bit weird. But the atmosphere at Forest is just electric. And
it's amazing, mate.
This is what I mean about hard work will beat talent if talent doesn't work hard. When you get an atmosphere like that behind you, right? All it does, it puts energy in the boys to actually just graft.
Of course it does.
Graft.
Yeah,
And
of
when
course
they
it does.
graft like that, it will fall for them. And that is why Forest have stayed up.
Yeah. Mate, at the end of the day, it's like 12th man. It just, when you start giving atmosphere like that, because there was 1 or 2 games that, like I say, that City game, amazing. I mean, and the thing is that people say things about Worrell, but Worrell putting his hand on Haaland's shoulder was the reason he went down. If he hadn't put his hand on his shoulder, it was a masterclass, really, because if he hadn't put his hand on his shoulder, then Haaland scores and it's a totally different ball game, and Arsenal lose it quicker than what they did anyway. But, I mean, it's just amazing. That atmosphere is absolutely amazing. It all comes from the Clough era and stuff like that. We are just, even when we went down to League One.
It's a historic club.
Even when we went to League One, mate, we were still out shouting everybody.
Yeah.
And we will continue to do.
See them stay up.
Yeti,
we are just,
Yeti,
the European champions.
Guys in the chat, yeah. Guys in the chat, this is a calling show, yeah. Of course, it's the start of the Best of Frienemies, which is a new show, that's been brought to you by me and Onomese OJ, the in-house Manchester City fan. Yeah, so we're having him down here, and this is a new show. So this is our first call-in show, because this show would be based on a call-in. So, and that's why Yeti is here, our first caller, to bless up this show. Jamio is in the house. Big up to you, Jamio. Ellie Dawes is still there. Amy Baba is still there. Ian is still there. Guys. Yeti, you saw what Arsenal did. I'll go to Onome later on, because we still have to talk about Arsenal. We still have to talk about this preseason games. Yeah. You saw what happened against Manchester United here. Arsenal unleashing their expensive toys. I like calling them expensive toys, because when you spend 100, read my lips, Yeti, 105 million pounds, on a player, that's an expensive toy, a pretty expensive one to me, Go into the market, you buy Kai Havertz for 65 million pounds. That's another expensive toy. Yeah, you go in, you go get Jurien Timber from the Dutch Eredivisie, for 35 million. That's a decent amount to get that player, but still an expensive toy, isn't it? So 200 million pounds worth of expensive toys, and we couldn't even do anything against Manchester United. How did you see that game? Do you think it's something that would still fall into place? And of course, I want you to look at this. I don't want you to look at it because I know me and you are in a particular group where we air our views totally. But I want you to look at it more objectively, and just tell us about it.
Well, personally, from the very start, you could see that Man United wanted it more than you. You did start to kind of do stuff at the start. It was very similar to me from the game that you had against us at the end of the season. You were sort of staying outside of the box. And the thing is, I mean, I've seen a lot of things where Arsenal fans are saying, oh, well, Man United was rough and there was over the top and all this, that, and the other. Fair enough. If they're rough and over the top and the ref's letting it go, then get into the box, penetrate the box, because then they'll bring you down and you might get something out of that. But I don't know. I just didn't see that you wanted it as much as them. And I know it's a friendly, but it's never a friendly against Manchester United and Arsenal. I mean, you can see that in the crowd because they're all beating each other up. So, you can totally see that it wasn't, it was important for them. I didn't really see a great deal. I mean, Havertz, you say he's a toy. I think he's one of them toys I got when I was like 8-year-old that didn't work because, I just did not see anything from him at all. And then Ketia.
The water gun never sweats out.
Arquette is not the new R9. I don't care how many times you say it. He ain't. He's probably he's probably the new Sinclair C5.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course, you've heard what our first call in guest here, Yeti, my guy. I've just said about that Manchester United versus Arsenal matchup in New Jersey, MetLife Stadium. Yeah, where they beat us up by 2-0. See, are you one of those that look at preseason, yeah, as recreational? Do you think this was something recreational? Do you think this was just a knockabout with the boys? It shouldn't be taken seriously. We should take it with a pinch of salt. Or do you look at it as something that we should be worried about? What do you think? Should Arsenal fans be worried after what happened against Manchester United? Objectively, please. I want to be very objective.
I don't think you should be worried.
I don't think it's something to be worried about, to be honest. Preseason is for fitness. Preseason is where you mix and match your formations, you mix and match your teams. You play first team players with youth team. You try things in preseason. You mean players try things in preseason as well. They have different ideas to try things in preseason. It's nothing to be worried about just because Man United beat you and stuff. It's nothing to be worried about. It's for fitness. You mean players would make that unnecessary run just to get the fitness up. A lot of these players have their running vest on and the timer with them, and the managers will tell them, or the fitness coaches will tell them, just run around. We need that. We need that. We need it as high as possible. Just make.
But you want to win every game, though, don't you?
You want to win every game.
If you're a supporter of your team, you want to win every game.
Of course, for supporters, you want to win every game, but I don't see it as a result. It's not a results business for you to now be worried about Man United beat you. This is the problem. The problem I think is going to happen is this. Because of the expectation of the Arsenal fans and stuff like that, right? You guys are expecting perfection from day one and expecting perfection from everything. You're not going to get that, right? So what you are doing is you're putting stress and pressure on yourselves, which is eventually going to sip into these players. Do you know what I mean? Just relax for a minute. The season hasn't started.
I do understand.
You've already won the league, according to Harvard.
No, I don't understand what
not you, but mostly.
I get it. Even what other man Yeti is saying, I clearly understand it. But see, yeah, when you're the first team, yeah, to spend about £200 million, yeah, in the first 2 weeks of the summer transfer window, you expect magic to happen. I'm sorry, the money is too much, yeah. You expect a little bit of magic to happen. And mind you, that Manchester United team, yeah, it wasn't really like a full-blooded Manchester United team.
Can I just say that Harry Potter expected
right?
Can I just say that Harry Potter expected magic to happen, but when he first got the wand, it fizzled out.
Even Matilda. Remember Matilda?
But again, you guys do understand what I'm talking about, yeah? You guys do understand what I'm talking about. Yeah, you just brought in. See, guys, yeah, I don't know how you look at this, but we just bought a player for about 105 million pounds. I'm not you can't judge him in the first place. You can't. I'm not saying don't judge him. I'm looking at it from the eyes. And see, I'm a very objective person. This is not my thoughts. I'm looking at it from the eyes of other fans. That's how I do my own thing. I know my.
He looked like Uncle Ben's fried rice on Saturday.
Based on the preseason game, but again, I have to give a voice to other fans who think otherwise because they too are fans too. So if other fans say, you know what, yeah, I think I demand more. I think we should be getting more from a midfielder that we did bought. Or we did buy for about £105 million. I think we deserve more from a player we spent about £65 million buying him from our former rivals that we've always had a problem getting players from, that football club that he came from. I think you have to give a listening ear, yeah, to those fans who think like that. I might not think like that, but you have to give them, a voice in it. because I really do think that we should be seeing at least a certain bit of signs, from players like Rice, because you just come in and of course millions of pounds spent on these guys. Manchester United with that weakened midfield and with no striker at all should not be overrunning us in the middle of the park. I'm sorry, no matter how you want to look at it, Manchester United have no excuse. They shouldn't be overrunning us in the middle of the park like that. I watched that match. I wasn't happy.
I think the thing that you need to worry about the most is not just the fact that Rice didn't perform or anything like that. It's only a pre-season, but the thing is, with every fan, before pre-seasons, it's always, we're going to win this 4-0. We're going to win this 4-0. And it's same as the Cups, where you go, we're going to win this, we're going to hammer everybody and all this kind of shit. And then as soon as the game's finished, it's like, it's only pre-season, it's only the Cup. And that's what fans do. And the thing is, the thing I think you need to be worried about the most, whether it was pre-season or not, Arteta still did not have a plan B. You could see Man United kept putting the ball over the top and beating your high line. Yet there was no point where Arteta pulled that high line back. So you was always going to get caught at some point. That's the thing I think you need to be worried about. Whether it's a friendly or not, I didn't see no plan B.
Good.
There's not been a plan B for a long time. There's not been a plan B for a long time. That's what killed them in the season and stuff. It is the pre-season.
We have our next caller in the house, Yeti. Thanks for coming to the show. Zubair will be coming in place of you. And Yeti,
no worries, guys. Thanks a lot for having me on.
I'll be inviting you to a 1-hour show with me and the other guys. Yeah, an Arsenal 100%. Affair. I already take you as an Arsenal brother or something like that, but you're not an Arsenal brother in a real sense. You're nothing for his guy, But
I like Arsenal, but I'm a Forest guy all the way through.
We'll do it. Yes, and thanks for joining us. Yeah,
we had a plan B, and that's why we got a 1-1 draw against City. If we didn't have we had got a plan A, to be fair.
He's telling Honoré, take that. Big up to you,
but he got me the title. He's a good lad.
We did, mate. We did. I think you should buy me a shirt or something.
That's what I'm saying. He's a good lad. I like it.
Big up, Yeti. Big up, Yeti.
Take care, guys. Thanks so much for having me on. Take it easy, guys.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. Guys, we have Zubairi who is coming into the house. Liverpool fan extraordinaire. I don't know where this guy have been to, but guys, he came to the show today. Zubairi.
Welcome to the show. Long time.
Yeah, you know what it is, man. Big up, man. But it's because you're way up there on the top of the league, and I'm down there in Europe, and the flights don't quite connect. You know them ones. You know what I'm saying? We're going all the way to Russia, and you know what I'm saying? It's different flights now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We went our separate ways, One went up in the league. I know.
I see man like Tony Clark connecting in Champions League and that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they're gonna do nothing, but we'll reserve that closer to the league. What's going on, Tony, man? How you been, bro?
See ya, guys. This is a calling show. Zubairi, see this guy. When I first started, podcasts and shows like this, this was one of the guys, because you have to go to other places, to earn your respect. Yeah, you have to go, out there and tackle with the best. This is one of those guys. He was one of the best people I've actually, talked football with. So, guys, when you see me talk about football down here, I've been through the rough. Yeah, this guys like this, Zubairi, these are the guys that really toughen me up, in showbiz and talking about football and stuff like this, because you have to go out there, talk with these people and earn your respect. So, man, Zubairi, you're welcome to the show. And of course, Honoré from, of course, your past shows where you were doing shows before with Uncle Rods and all these other guys down there at Liverpool Forum. Big ups to you, Zubairi. Welcome to the show. And of course, Honoré is the in-house Manchester City fan. This is our first show together, the best of Frienemies Premierleague call-in show. Zuberi, what do you have to say about Arsenal right now and Manchester City? You've seen the teams. Mahrez leaving Manchester Football Club. Gondowan leaving Manchester City Football Club. Do you think that club is weakened? And of course, when you check out that matchup against Arsenal versus Manchester United, what do you think about that matchup? What do you think about the signings? Let me know. What do you think, Zuberi?
I usually bring the violence anywhere I go. I didn't put the colonel in my name because wasn't gonna bring the army over here, but I'm gonna have to bring the army the next time. So you man are just gonna link up and think that's cool in that. So we're gonna pretend like man's second coach didn't come to your team and fix you up, gave you like 3-4 players in that. We're just gonna ignore that. We're just gonna pretend like everything is cool. Now you men doing a show together, and we're supposed to just do what in the league? Just accept this. We're supposed to just accept this. You men are just teaming up in that. We're supposed to accept this. Are you telling me this is okay? You man okay with this?
I'm chilling.
I know you're chilling. Tony, what's going on here, Tony? I thought you was gonna come. We're gonna kick it in that, man. Maybe Arsenal, Liverpool link up in that. You know what I'm saying? To take down City. You're just gonna side with City. All Arsenal fans are City fans. That's why I'm gonna leave it. Because one of my Arsenal brethren, he supports City now. That's all I'm gonna say, man. But as far as your team, Tony, I think you made one mistake, and it's Havertz. I don't hate the guy, but I think you could have gotten more for what you were looking for.
For that money.
He could prove me wrong. He can prove me wrong, but I think you could have gotten more. That's all I'm gonna say on that. The other thing I want to talk to you for the longest, and I'm like, let me give it time, because you know sometimes you're cooking, the pot smell good, you're like it's ready, but you probably got another hour on low fire to cook, right? Eddie Nketiah, he's been simmering for hours on that stove. I mean, what's the finished product of him looking like? Is the finished product you guys just selling for 25 mil to a mid-table team or overseas? Because he ain't gonna be it, brother, man. He ain't gonna be it, man. He's worse than, and this is scale in comparison, and Onome, you can back me up if I'm off with this. City's level, Jesus as the number 9 wasn't quite City's level. You see what I'm trying to say? Now scale it down to Arsenal. Eddie Nketiah, I don't know where you men are trying to go, but he's not your level. You see what I'm doing there? So yeah. What's the plan there? So when I see your team and your team pull up to Anfield, if I see Havertz in there and I see Nketiah, you get no respect from me. I'm you know, we're cooling, you ain't getting no respect from me. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I do get you. But again, look at Manchester City, because this is a
I'm going there now. Yeah, going there now. Excuse me, Onome, what are you doing with Calvin Phillips?
Yeah, listen, I can't back the guy. I've always said I never understood that signing. I never ever understood that signing. Was he a signing for quarter? What was it? Because Calvin Phillips has maybe 58 to 60 Premier League games to his name. He is not an experienced Premier League player. He was playing the Championship. So I never understood that sign anyway.
No, I mean he came in and cooked still for our Leeds. I think it was our Leeds. Yeah, he did all right.
There's levels to this shit. There's levels to this shit. Do you mean?
There is.
There is a pyramid for a reason.
There's levels, yeah. There's levels, man.
What I know about football is this: in the pyramid of football, when the next man comes to your level, you have to step aside. That's how people retire. That's how I retired. When the next man from the top league came, I realized I had to drop down a league. When certain man had to drop down a league. When they certain people had to drop down a league. We kept dropping down a league. There's levels to this shit. Do you know what I mean? So yes, man, that Kevin Phillips, he needs to not drop down a league, drop down a club. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
I watched the preseason game. I watched our preseason game yesterday, and I was talking to Kima about it. I looked at the game and I was like, oh my God, he is right now. The pressure is on him so much, and I can tell you, I know what that pressure is. That pressure, right? You know what the pressure feels like? When you're on the football pitch, this is what it feels like. When you're under pressure and you're not performing, and you know that you don't belong in a certain level or a certain or certain parts of the game, you start to feel this heat. It's mainly your ears, right?
Or the back of your neck. It's raining, but you feel the sun on the back of your neck.
Nobody else feels it. You start to feel this heat in your ears, your neck. You start to feel this heat. Calvin Phillips is feeling that heat right now because I can tell he's feeling the heat because I know the characteristics of that heat. I felt the heat. I know the characteristics. The characteristics is when you give the ball away, when the goalkeeper, Stefan Ortega, everybody spreads out, and Stefan Ortega plays that simple pass to him, and he puts his leg up to trap the to take a touch with his left foot, and the ball goes under his leg.
It's long days, fam. Yeah.
That is that heat that I'm talking about. That is so poor for Man City level. It is so poor, it's unreal. Because that is how we start our build-up play. So if you can't get that touch to turn and start the attack, and you lose that ball there, this is why Rodri is so vital. Rodri will never give the ball away in certain position because when Rodri gives that ball away, it leads to a goal. This is why Pep is not going to trust Calvin Phillips in that position because that is such a dangerous position. Do you know what I mean? So no, I'm not backing that at all. I will go in on him. I will go in on that. I will go in on that signing. That is not the signing. I'm not on that.
Last point for you, because I respect certain man, Tony, and I want you to listen to what I'm saying, Tony. I'm a man of respect. I respect certain man. I'll send some shots. You can send shots back. You know, that's how football fans get together, right? I watch Pep Guardiola, the greatest manager I've ever witnessed. I'm putting him even ahead of Fergie because I just felt like Fergie was doing some weird deals with the Fergie type thing. But anyway, back to Pep. And the man crying and said, Aguero, we cannot replace him. And actually replaced him. So the tears was real, or we need to get him an Oscar for his acting because I cannot replace him. And his replacement scored 55.
I'm gonna address that. Right. So he has to show emotion for what is a legend for our football club, right?
So it was acting, is what you're saying. It's acting.
We cannot replace him in terms of what he's done. Legends are not just replaced just like that. You don't replace legends. Legends are there. You mean are you ever gonna replace Beckham? Even though all the stuff that Ronaldo did, it never really replaced Beckham.
So he wasn't talking about the player, he was talking about the legend itself.
He's talking about the legend himself, not the.
And now Haaland is building up a new legend that he will cry again and said he can't replace.
But does City actually need a striker? Does City actually need a striker to actually win leagues?
They don't.
We need strikers to win the league. They've proven it time and time again that they don't need strikers to win the league.
Tony,
even if Haaland putting up figures, he's putting up numbers, astronomical numbers, but still, I still believe that City would have won that title time and time again in all alternative reality, even without Erling Haaland. I'm sorry. He scored up to 50-something goals last season, but I still do think that Manchester City is that team. They do this, It's that team that can win the league without a striker. They've proven it time and time again. They've done it. It's not they've done it. So
the last point I want to make on City, and it's only giving flowers to giving flowers to one specific player. I know you guys might not rate him now, and if you do, big up to you, man. You might know football. There's a striker, I think he's now into Brighton because I saw him against Brighton and Chelsea, João Pedro. If that guy is at City, City still wins the league. Here's where it gets interesting football for you, man. If that guy goes to Arsenal, he does better than Nketiah and Jesus.
Of course.
That's why I'll leave you. Tony, think about
anyone
that.
Is better. See, anyone is better. Anyone is better than Eddie Nketiah right now. Anyone is better. See, Zuberi. I'm sorry, on the man. See, Zuberi, just before you go, because I know you want to tighten up because other people will come up in the calling show. See, Liverpool Football Club. On the man, after this, if you have anything to ask him,
so about me, I'm gonna drop the secret here still.
See, you just brought in Dominic, you just brought in McAllister. Completely different outlook in the midfield. Do you see yourself getting top 4? What do you think are the dynamics? Dominic is that kind of guy that would really cut into defenses. He opens up defenses. That's his specialty. He does that. Yeah, that's what he does. McAllister, very, very respected midfielder in this league. Do you think this will turn around the fortunes of Liverpool and put you guys in the conversation of the title next season?
Don't worry about them guys. Worry about Cody Gakpo. I'm telling you two men this right now.
It's cold.
I'm telling you, man, right now. I'm telling you, man, this right now. Don't get caught up in the transfer saga. Oh, Liverpool revamped the midfield and all that. I don't follow that, fam. You need to worry about Cody Gakpo. Because I see man in the 8 today. I've been told, man, he can play anywhere. Man is a genie on a whole nother level, fam. Man is 6'5", 6'4". Man is up there. I'm seeing man in the 6-yard box knocking out headers from corners in that, bro.
Zuberi, I said this to Tony. I said to Tony, and I said it to Kima as well. The title rivals that I think is going to be this season, the only people I'm worried about this season is Liverpool. It's always been Liverpool. And if you ask,
you tell that to Tony over there still, because
listen, it's not a disrespect to. Hold on, Tony. Let me finish. It's not a disrespect to Arsenal or anybody else. Even Pep says it. The reason why that is because when you talk about a football club and a football ground and somebody that's been there and chased us for 5 years and stuff, right? Yeah. Liverpool know how to do it. When you talk about Anfield, for example, how many games you lose at Anfield last season?
We don't lose more than 2 games in the last 5 years at Anfield.
This is how basic our class football sometimes, right? Our class football so basic sometimes, right? To the layman to just understand. When your home ground is such a fortress that you barely lose at home, you are playing 16 out of the 38 games at your home ground, right? That is pretty much about 14 wins that you're getting from that. Then you now add the weakened team in the Premier League. You now add the likes of whoever's coming up now and stuff like that. You now add maybe another 5 to 6 or 7 away games that you know you're going to pick up points. Automatically, you've got about 17 to 20 wins already. That is a given. For Liverpool and Man City, that is a given. Arsenal have done it last season, but let's see if they can do it this season. This is why I fear only Liverpool. I don't fear Arsenal. Whatever
I do think
I don't fear them.
Tony, I was backing you guys, but then you guys started, well, not you guys, but Arteta started relying on Nketiah. And I'm not trying to start the agenda and you man cook them. I would appreciate if you cook them still. But Eddie Nketiah is the reason why you guys never challenged.
Yeah, I agree.
100%. I don't want to put the battle on his back. I don't want to put the
as a support striker, as a second striker that is getting us 17 goals, right? We upgraded with
Alvarez is a myth, bro. Man is a backup striker and he's getting 17.
I went to Etihad, right?
He's just that good.
I was watching the game at the Etihad, right, against Arsenal, and there was a pass. I keep talking about this pass, right, because it's so important. Because I was a striker myself, and it frustrates me. Always has frustrated me to see Gabriel Jesus at right back position. There was a game, I think it was against Arsenal or somebody or Liverpool, when Gabriel Jesus gave a penalty away, and I'm thinking to myself, what is your striking ass doing in our penalty box to be tackling their striker to give a penalty away?
Nah, it was some corner kick. You can't do him like that, man. It was some corner kick.
I don't know. It wasn't from a corner kick.
brother. No, it was some corner kick, man. Yeah.
Okay,
it was some corner kick, but you guys never made it all the way out yet.
But he listen, the minute that corner kick was played back and back, his first thought is to get back up front. What is your striking arm?
Nah, he was still there, helping around, and he was still helping around.
Listen.
But see, guys, yeah.
Across the box, and he doesn't play in the penalty box. How are you gonna get goals?
Listen, man. Yeah, I gotta run. Yeah. Tony, if this is I think today's Monday, you'll see me again. But I don't like this team up you man got going on, because Pep and Arteta team up, you man teaming up. I don't like this, you know.
Don't go yet, please. Just some minutes, please.
No, you got probably about 60 seconds still.
Go.
Okay, good. Zuberi, yeah. I still have doubts about Liverpool this coming season, yeah, because you have an entirely new midfield. Yeah.
No. We're gonna cook fam. No, we're gonna cook. Don't worry about this.
Let me finish. Let me craft it up. Yeah. You just brought in a Dominic from the German Bundesliga. He needs time to relate and integrate into this league. This is not a farmers' league. Yeah. Go ask Koulibaly. He'll tell you all about it. Yeah. Yeah. Go ask Koulibaly. He'll tell you all about it. You have McAllister. Yeah. He played in a Brighton team, tightly knit team with lots of talented players around there. Coming into that midfield of Liverpool, it's nothing to be desired right now because of the breakdown in your midfield. It's so bad, yeah, that you had to do a major surgery on that midfield. Those are two things you should also take note of this coming season, yeah. And again, that trauma of you guys not getting into the Champions League, yeah. Do you think it has done anything mentally for you guys to limit you guys this season? What do you think about it?
So on the last point,
Nunes hasn't been. Is not this guy that I feel will give you 30 goals in a season. Yeah, I'm sorry. So
I beg to differ. I beg to differ on that
conversation.
No, Tony.
Yes,
let me land and I'll jump out still. So on your second point, because you made one after, with the Champions League thing, I think that just woke us up and our drive, because we were getting a bit exhausted chasing down City, losing at 1 point, played every football game known to a football team, and not winning the quad just off 2 games. So that definitely kind of, dented the hunger we had. So not getting Champions League, I think, has reawoken that. Like, yo, we need to keep this going. As far as the midfield, I already told you the secret ingredients. It's Gakpo. So while you've listed out the midfield, Gakpo is probably one of our best players with getting the ball, turning in tight spaces, and driving up the pitch. Hence the reason why he fits that Bobby false 9 role so well. But he's also a left winger, so be mindful of that. You see what I'm trying to say? So he's able to do what Genie has been doing for us, but he's also good in tight spaces, linking the play inside the box, quick touches, 1-2 pass, stuff like that. So he's the ingredients that's gonna gel the midfield if it needs gelling, and the attack if it needs gelling. As far as our midfield and Szoboszlai and McAllister is concerned, I will think both of them will do a lot better than Havertz, because Havertz has been in the league and he hasn't really impressed. It's not a shot, that's just a fact. Szoboszlai, I'm not too worried about him because he plays similar to Trent. The only difference is he's in a midfield position, so that translates a lot different from our first preseason game. All you have to do is watch the first 45 minutes and you'll see what I'm talking about. Him and Trent, the way there was linking. Trent has a 6, him has the left side 8. I don't think I have any midfield issues. The only issue that we'll worry about isn't the team per se. It's finally realizing the Robbo and the Trent slander was never about Robbo and Trent. It's literally just about the way Klopp wants to play. And the high line isn't a high line. It's just the way he wants the team to play up the pitch. It inadvertently leaves our center back in the opposition's half. So all of our midfield issues, defensive woes, it's just off the way Klopp's want to play. And I'm going to be very honest with you, Tony. If any one of you fans respect Klopp, you would know if his way goes right, we'll either come in second or we're winning it. But if it goes wrong, we can finish 6th. You see what I did there? Because that's what I tell the Liverpool fans last year, and they didn't want to believe me. If Klopp's plan goes well, we're first or second automatically. If it goes wrong, it's Europa League. So unfortunately, that's what we got for right now. Next week we'll chop it up some more. And once again, man, I don't like this, but I might be sarcastic. But big up you too, man.
Thank you, Zuberi. Thank you.
Zuberi, hook me up on Instagram so that we can set up the show together. Please. Hook me up on Instagram.
Zuberi,
Tony Clark, Gunner TV.
You can come again. You can come again.
Yeah, Zuberi, correct guy. We also have Tomisin Osabia, who is back in the show. Tomisin, are you there with us?
Yeah, I'm here, bro.
Right, man, Tony.
Hey, Tomisin, this is my new show. This is my new show with Onome Soje, our in-house Manchester City fan, and of course, me and him will be doing causing damage and havoc through next season with this our new show. Yeah, the best of frenemies. Yeah,
Nah,
and
the
of
show's
course
the
this is
best,
a
bro.
calling show, but of course, we'll talk football here. See, Tomisio Sabia, I know you as
Yeah,
an
bro.
Arsenal fan, yeah. Me and you will talk quite well
Yeah,
offline,
yeah,
and we'll talk about
yeah,
football.
of course.
Yeah. See, check out our matchup against Manchester United. Yeah. What did you think about that matchup?
I thought in the first half we played well. We were moving the ball really well, but Man United just killed us on the counter attack. Like Sancho was cooking us. Sancho was cooking us, bro. Like Gabriel could not cope with him. Like Sancho was, and Man United were playing with no striker. Like they played false nine because Sancho was a false nine, and they were dangerous on the counter attack, and they deserved it. We were lucky we weren't 4-0 down because they absolutely battered us on the counter attack, innit? So yeah, Man United deserved the win. We just didn't find no answers, and we just didn't do well. And Havertz, I told people about this guy. He's not good enough. 65 million for this bum. Shit. He's so shit, bro. I told you I didn't want this guy. What did he do? Nothing. And Declan Rice didn't do much either. He was shocking as well, like proper shocking. That's why Rice, Havertz, Odegaard, it does not work. Odegaard couldn't really create for us because Rice and Havertz don't work. If Thomas Partey was playing this game, then yeah, we'll be moving the ball quicker. But Rice, Havertz, and Odegaard does not work, bro. We're gonna get overrun if we play them against like the Man Uniteds, the Man Cities, the Newcastles, the Brights, Aston Villas. We are gonna get cooked. Chelsea, we are gonna Tottenham. We're gonna get cooked with that midfield. We will get cooked. Even West Ham will get cooked in that midfield.
I feel like there's a. You guys get excited with new players, not you guys. The general public, fans in general, they get excited with wanting to see something new all the time. But then, what they're failing to understand, or what they're failing to realize, is that you're getting rid of your good players and bringing in something new. You get rid of your fringe players and bring in something new to strengthen your squad. You bring in players and you have all first team players. At City's squad, for example, right? Every player is capable of playing in the first team in the Premier League game. You don't have players that, maybe they're only for caliber. Every player can be thrown in to play in the Premier League game. At Arsenal, you've got a lot of players that are not capable of being able to be playing in the Premier League game. Vieira, to start with. Do you understand? Holding to start with. We don't have such players. We don't have such players.
Oh my God.
Now, what you guys have and what you guys are trying to do is, I'm hearing a lot of people say, Partey should leave us. You should get rid of Partey. Mate, that would be the worst mistake you ever made. Get rid of Partey for who? To have a midfield of Rice and Havertz. Really?
It's not possible.
You've got to
it's
have
not
Partey
possible.
in there.
Thomas Partey is the glue. He is the glue. We have to find a way to start with Thomas Partey, even if it's for Rice to go box to box, put him in the number 8 position, and Thomas Partey to just sit in deep, in that midfield to protect our back four in the CDM role.
Rice can't do it all.
I know, and that's why. Again, Rice is a very dynamic midfielder. That's one thing people don't know. They just think it's this deep lying midfielder, and it doesn't work. He is a deep lying midfielder, Rice, because he has a lot.
Tony.
But let me finish. Yeah, it has a lot. Yeah, in his wheelhouse. Yeah, he's not just a deep lying midfielder. He's that kind of guy that could go box to box if you want. He's that kind of guy you can tell, hey, you know what? Yeah, just sit behind my defense. Yeah, just a little bit above my defense. He will sit down there and do that job and protect your back four. Is that kind of guy, if you want to go a box to box role, he'll give you those deep runs. It will get you cut back passes. Yeah, he will get you goals. It will take set pieces. Is that kind of guy? Yeah? In his wheelhouse. So why not just throw him out to the number 8 position, allow him to interchange, and then allow him to interchange with Thomas Partey? Yeah, they have that in the wheelhouse. We've also seen it that Thomas Partey is this kind of guy that can carry the ball. He is not so desirable scoring lots of goals. Yeah, he averages, let's say, maybe 2, 3, 4 goals in a season. So he doesn't score lots of goals. But he's this kind of guy that could carry the ball, he could progress the ball. So you could interchange with Rice. Sometimes Rice goes to that 8 position. Sometimes Thomas Partey does it. And someone would just have to sit back and protect our back four so that they don't get exposed. Because we like playing with inverted fullbacks. Right now that Jurgen Timber is here, definitely in that right back position, he will be going on for that kill invertedly. Zinchenko, definitely the inverted merchant. He would also be having his eye caught in deep into that central midfield area when he's leaving the fullback position and progressing our ball forward. So this is a big problem for us. We need to have someone who has to stick back and defend our defenders.
I still think Zinchenko is a weak link for you guys, to be honest with you.
Defensively, he's shocking, bro.
Defensively, he's not there. Well, listen, whenever Zinchenko was in our defense, whenever Otamendi, what used to be in our defense, whenever the strikers run at them, I'm like, oh god. They go past them. I can tell you the point at which Otamendi gets dribbled. Otamendi gets dribbled when he jumps up and it's about like just wait for Otamendi to jump up. He jumps up and it's about mate. Zinchenko is not a defender. It's so poor defending. I actually thought Mikel Arteta was signing him to actually use him in that midfield role. I don't see why you can't progress him. All this inverted stuff, you're getting excited with this inverted stuff. You have to build a base first and be solid before you start doing all this inverted stuff.
But Pep plays inverted. But Pep plays invertedly, and he does it quite well. So why can't other coaches do that? I'm just saying.
Who do we have in our defense that we play inverted? Who do we have in our defense? We have solid defenders.
I'm just saying he did it in this league. Pep Guardiola started it in this league. He did it in this league. But to be very sincere, you had the personnel to be able to do that. Come on, for crying out loud, John Stones in your preseason match was scoring a goal. He was in the 18-yard box. Just in and about the 18-yard box. What are we talking about? We don't have to even talk about that. There's no argument in that. The inverted merchant is Pep Guardiola. He does this. He's the one that started all this shit.
You know what it is? I feel like Arteta is still in the shadows. He's still a step behind. He's still using our refined formations, if so to speak. You know what I mean? The inverted situation, he plays it the way we used to play it, and he plays it with the player we used to play it with, where we found out that it doesn't work with this guy.
I agree.
We found out that it doesn't work with this guy. But guess what the problem is now? The problem is we never actually used that guy as the main guy. Do you know what I mean? We never actually used him as the main guy. But what you have now is not only is he playing our former formation, he's actually using the guy that we never used as his main guy. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like he's always a step behind Pep and a step behind what's really going on in the situation. Where I would have thought
it boils down to Mikel Arteta's inexperience also. So
he's inexperienced.
You know, when you're talking about this, you need to remember that Pep Guardiola is arguably the best manager in the world. He has a legacy that can't be truncated. He's the best for me. He's the best. He's done it. You can't compare with Mikel Arteta, and that's the problem. You cannot. You cannot compare the two of them together.
I'm not comparing them. You can't compare.
You can't compare a world-class manager with a rookie. It's like comparing Billie Eilish with Beyonce. Like, come on, bro. You can't compare a rookie to a world-class manager.
You can't compare them together. See, guys, we've come to the end of the show. Tommy, is there anything you want to say before we get you off?
Never was in the first place.
Tommy, thanks for coming. Yeah, Tommy, thanks for coming to the show. Hopefully, we get to see more of you in our watch along.
Let me just get his top 4 prediction. What's your top 4 prediction? Name from second down.
Tommy's your subject. Your top 4 prediction.
Second down.
Man City to win the league again.
That's what I'm saying.
We'll finish second. We'll finish second. Liverpool third, Man United fourth.
Okay, let me give you my top 4.
No Liverpool.
Let me give my top 4.
Let me see. I'll put them third.
Let me spoil your night. Let me spoil your night to give you my top 4, and you heard it here first. I'm gonna name from second. Liverpool second, United third, Chelsea fourth.
You think we'll get out the top 4?
Nope.
It doesn't put Arsenal in that conversation.
Nope.
It bothers me.
Really, why?
It bothers me.
Tell me why is that, bro?
Okay, I'll tell you two reasons. First of all, you're gonna get the hangover effect of the disappointment, because what's gonna actually happen this season is this: if you start sharp and you start well and you go top of the league again and stuff, you are going to know and you are going to realize and you are going to fear that this is a false position we're in. We're not supposed to be here. We don't belong here. That's how you're gonna feel. If you start slow, panic stations is gonna hit and you're gonna think, oh shit, we're starting slow. Your best bet is to take option one that I gave you, to start fast, because guess what? You want to be away and not have a conversation with the rest of the clan, right? But if you start having conversations with the likes of Chelsea, Man United, and the Liverpools, you're gonna lose that battle this season, in my opinion. I don't think you solved your striker position just yet. I don't think you've solved that position. I think you've still got a lot of players that shouldn't be at the club, and I'm still surprised at not getting rid of a few players that are there. Rob Holding, for example, not sorting out situations, not sorting out obvious things that we all see.
Contract.
You're not sorting out obvious things. You're not sorting out obvious things that we all see.
Can I say something, bro? Can I say something? This manager gave Rob Holding a contract. Rob Holding is garbage. Shit. It's on Arteta, because Arteta is too stupid not to see this guy ain't good enough. I don't rate Eddie Nketiah. Balogun is not getting a chance, and he's going to be so. I don't know why we're not giving Balogun a chance. Who's better than Nketiah? Jesus, I rate, but he's not going to get us 20 goals. This is why you got rid last season. You got Haaland.
I'll tell you this as well.
We need Ivanovic. We need Tiremi. We need Lautaro. We need Osimhen. We need top strikers.
I'll tell you this as well. You see this transfer window? Right? To make these statements that you wanted to make, yeah, go and take that 65 million back, add some money to it, put your money where your mouth is, and go and get Osimhen. He's the reigning striker right now that you need.
I want Osimhen.
Go and get him. Why is Arsenal not in the conversation of getting a player like that? You've got Champions League football to offer. You can challenge if you want to challenge. Why are you not in the conversation to go and get a striker like that and make a statement to say, we want him, we're going to go get him? We're about to go get him.
Exactly. See, Arsenal deserves a big striker. I agree with you. We deserve a big striker.
You're going to be up there next season.
Jonathan David. Like, we need the top strikers. I'll keep Balogun. And Nketiah.
We need a top striker. That should be the first on our list right now.
Get Nketiah out.
Yeah, I want to keep Balogun. I want to keep Balogun and get rid of Nketiah. I want Balogun to stay because he got 21 goals.
Let me say something. He went to the French league last season and scored how many goals? Right?
21 goals.
21 goals.
But guess what? You would go and sign a striker that is not in your club. You go and sign a striker that scores 21 goals or 25 goals in the French league and bring him down here. And you've already got one. Give him a
we got Balogun. I'm keeping Balogun, but I think we do need another striker though. I'll keep Balogun, but we do need another striker though. That's going to help him as well.
But you've heard it here first, and you've heard my reason. That's my reason.
You cannot keep Balogun. Keep Eddie Nketiah and still bring in a striker.
You can't. One of them has to leave.
Yeah, you can't. You need to get Eddie Nketiah off the wage bill.
I'll keep Balogun.
You need to get him off the wage bill. He's occupying about £100,000.
Let me tell you why, Tony.
And no football club is going to give that guy. Is going to give him that amount of money without producing why he can't get rid of 20 goals in a season.
Let me tell you why I can't get rid of Nketiah.
We goofed and fluffed our line.
He can't get rid of Nketiah because the time where he's
supposed to be, that.
The reason why I can't get rid of Nketiah is because the time where he's supposed to grow a big bollocks and say, your contract is running out, no problem, we can let you go. He didn't do that. He showed love to him. He gave him number 14 shirt. He showed confidence and stuff. So now if he gets rid of him, everyone's going to be like, so it was a mistake. You made a mistake. So he's literally like, his hands are tied. That's why he can't. And that's gonna hurt you because guess what? You can't keep both of them and bring in a top striker. It's not possible.
Exactly.
But you've heard my reasons. Those are my reasons.
I'll keep Balogun and get rid of Nketiah.
Of course, Tommy Shaw Sabia says, get rid of Eddie Nketiah and leave Balogun down there. Get a new striker. See,
One
we've come
more thing, yeah.
to the end of this show, man. It's 1 hour 36 minutes. Tommy C, thanks for coming to the show because I'm about to wrap this show up. So definitely we'll be seeing you quite soon,
man.
and obviously in the watch longs whenever you can.
Obviously, thank you.
Next season. Big ups to you, Tommy C. Osabia. Yeah, thanks, man. See, Onome Sojay, our show, a successful one, the start of of a big one. Yeah, what do you have to say today, man? We had a great guest today. We had Yeti, my guy Yeti, coming to the show.
I feel like
Yeti was here, Zuberi was here, and of course Tommy
Osabia,
our guy.
Zuberi
that's
here,
my guy too. Yeah.
Listen, I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of haters. I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of haters after this show because I've just given my top 4 and Arsenal is not in the top 4. You know, I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of haters, but I do believe that deep down, the people that are gonna be hating, deep down can understand why and understand my reasons why I think that. Because I just believe that Arsenal making a statement, you made a statement with Declan Rice, you made a mistake, you've made a big mistake by wasting 65 million on Kai Havertz. You take that 65 million, you add a little bit. You can't tell me that if Arsenal was to tender 80 million to Napoli, that they wouldn't have a conversation with Arsenal about Osimhen. That's another what? 15 million adding to that? Sorry, another 25 million adding to that? Do you know what I mean? So you add that to it and you go and get him. You go and get him in. Because guess what? You go to him and you say, we are Arsenal Football Club. Right? Not we. You are Arsenal Football Club, right? We want you. You want you. I don't even know how to say this language. You want you to come here, to come there, to that club, right? You want you to come there to that club. You are Arsenal Football Club. You want you to come there to that club. You have Thierry Henry. You're gonna show him a shirt of Thierry Henry. You're gonna show. Listen, when Jude Bellingham went to sign for Real Madrid, he's like, bro, the trophies. Yeah. I saw the 14 trophies, you know. You have you have toys and you have little things to entice people. We had Henry. You know what I mean? You had Henry to come here. We want you to come here. We want you to come and do these things that you're doing over here. We got nice gel for you to turn your hair proper blonde over here. Come over here and come and sign for this football club. You can do that. Why not?
Yeah, that's true.
Lazy scouting. What else have you got in Kai Havertz?
Kayan says he's a gooner. He's a gooner.
No, I'm not a gooner. This is a Primark shirt, bro. It's a Primark. Look, Primark shirt, right? You want him to come there. Go and get him. Stop being a little wuss and just beating around the bush. Be ruthless. Yeah. Pep is very ruthless.
He is a very ruthless manager. But see, on Messi, all these things you even saying is not the one that scare me. Yeah, the one that really scare me, guys. We're coming to the end of the show, please. Yeah, but the one that really scares me on Ome is that Gabriel Jesus, who was brought in to be our main striker, does everything apart from striking. Even the goal he scored against MLS, he scored it from outside the 18-yard box. This guy comes into the pitch here. He does work off the 18-yard box, brings all the whole key players in, the all attacking key players in to have a kickabout with them, create spaces for these guys to, enable Saka and Martinelli to get in on the action and score goals. But he was brought in as our number 9. And is not at the end of things in the 18-yard box. When balls are being crossed into the 18-yard box, we don't have our number 9 man standing right there to take these positions and finish up the ball into the net. You talked about this last week when you were on a show with me, and that's the truth. Even the goal he scored against the MLS, it was outside the 18-yard box. You don't find Gabriel Jesus anywhere around the 18-yard box. It worries me. And Eddie Nketiah who actually might find himself in and about the 18-yard box, but he doesn't know how to take his dinner. He doesn't know how to finish up. Cyborg Ninja is in the house. Cyborg,
Tony, let's end the show.
Where have you been, man? Yeah, man. Cyborg, big up to you, man. You came late to the show, but of course, you're a big friend, and you're also a new member on this channel. big ups to you. Hopefully, I get to see you soon, Cyborg Ninja. Onome, please give us the closing credits and give me your thoughts about the show, and when we would
I really
come up
enjoyed
again.
it, man. I really enjoyed it. It's nice to get people just call in fresh and just say something and stuff.
Yeah.
And a nice one from Yeti as well, from the Nottingham Forest side as well, just to get his view on last season, because they actually decided the title last season, and we forgetting to mention them. They played a big part whilst trying to survive themselves as well. So it's nice. We want to hear from different clubs, different people. I would like to hear from a Burnley fan, because I love Vincent Kompany. I love what they're doing down there at Burnley. I would love to hear from a Burnley fan, just to see how they're feeling about the season coming up, which I believe Burnley will do very well this season. I believe they're going to do very well this season. You're about to see. I watched them throughout the championship last season, because obviously took an interest in Vincent Kompany, our Vincent Kompany, our future manager, and I just loved what they were doing down there, and I believe they're going to do well. But yeah, I enjoyed the show, man. It's nice. It's a very calm atmosphere. Love Zuberi coming on. Come again, bro. Come again. But we're over here, man. We're over here. We here.
Yeah, Zuberi, great guy.
But yeah, that's
Onome, thanks for coming to the show. Thanks for coming to the show, Onome, and definitely we have to do this next week again. Yeah, guys, catch us next week. This week I got some shows planned out for you guys, and we'll catch you guys on the other side. Big ups, take care, and just be safe, guys. Big ups, peace.